Well, I got my hands on some new wireless earbuds. Vankyo sent me the S05As, and in today's video, we'll do a full unboxing, sound test, and I'll give you my pros and cons on whether you should spend your money on these Bluetooth 5.0 wireless earbuds. Stick around. Hey, what's going on? It's Hobart. Welcome back to my channel, and today I've got a new set of wireless earbuds. They were sent to me by Vankyo. I think it's Vankyo, V-A-N-K-Y-O. It's the S05A wireless earbuds, and yeah, so far so good. We're gonna do an unboxing today. I'm gonna go over all the specifications. We'll do a how-to, because there's so many different controls you can do with them. So I'm gonna show you how to work the controls, pause, pick up calls, drop calls, skip to the next track, all that good stuff. And then I'm gonna give you my pros and cons. Oh, and I'm gonna do a sound test. I'm gonna listen to a few songs, let you know what I think. So a lot going on in today's video. So first, let's go over the specifications. These guys have Qualcomm's Bluetooth 5.0, which is the latest Bluetooth technology that allows for lossless and no distortion and lag-free listening. So Bluetooth 5.0, which is a really cool feature in these guys. They also have IPX7 water resistance, which means you can drop these guys in the water up to 1 meter or 3 feet for up to 30 minutes, and they should still work. That's just based on the IPX7 waterproof. This is not the claim that these guys are making with this, but by saying that they're IPX7 waterproof, you should be able to drop them in up to 1 meter or 3 feet of water for up to 30 minutes without a problem. You also get 7 hours of listening on one charge with these guys. And then you have this cool carrying case that you'll also get another 30 hours of charge on these guys. So you basically get 5 charges or more than a full 24 hours just with one charge on the earbuds and 1 charge of the case. The case has a 500 milliamp battery and takes about an hour to an hour and a half to charge, and the same goes for the earbuds, about an hour to an hour and a half to charge. These guys also have CVC 8.0 noise canceling technology, and what that means is that if you are on a phone call, it takes away all the background noise so that you sound now crisp and clear as can be. So CVC 8.0 noise canceling on these guys. And they both have touch pads on each side, so you can do all of your music and your call control. And like I said, I'm going to show you all the different controls that it has, but they're actually touchpads. It's not a button, it's a touchpad, which is pretty cool. Well, now that we know all of the specifications, what do you say? Let's go up close and find out what's in the box, and we'll be able to take a look at what they give us, charging cables, case, etc., and also the build quality of this guy. So let's go up close. All right, so let's take a look at the Vankyo, V-A-N-K-Y-O, Vankyo S05A wireless earbuds. Here is what the box looks like. We'll take a tour around the box real quick. Move as you like, as they say on the sides. And we'll take a look at the back here. As you can see the back, leading Qualcomm CVC technology, impeccable aptX audio experience, one-step pairing, hyper-long connection distance, long-lasting battery life, undirected Type-C interface, and ultra-thin charging case. So that's what the back looks like. They do have the CE marking and the FCC markings here. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what's inside. So that's what it looks like once you get inside. I'm guessing this is the charging cable. So let's go ahead and see what's inside here. All right, so there you go. You get a USB Type-C charging cable. And it looks like these are going to be your extra silicone ear tips. So you get 2 small, 2 medium, and 2 large. Okay. So those are your ear tips. And then it looks like here is your charging case. Very nice. There's your USB Type-C on the back there. And it looks like we have some instruction manuals. Wireless earbuds. And then a quick start guide on how to pair the earbuds, which I'll go over. So let's take a look at these guys here. There's the case. When you open them up, there is the Vankyo S05As. As you can see, they're already lighting up. Now, when they light up like that, there's the front, you have LED lights on the front. So these three LED lights in the middle tell you how much charge your case has. So when you close it, you can see that I got full charge. Now those green LED lights on the side, those tell you if your earbuds are charging. When those go off, your earbuds are charged. So let's take a look at one of these guys up close. So this is the Vankyo S05A. There's your blue light that is blinking, showing that it is pairing. This is your touchpad on the side here. This is what you touch to control the earbuds, answer phone calls and fast forward and rewind music, previous track. Those are the three contacts that go on the case where it charges, as you can see right there. And then this is the ear hook. It's a silicone, rubbery type ear hook. These are very smooth feeling, very comfortable, high quality feeling. And then that is where the sound comes out. And I'm guessing your drivers are going to be inside there, your driver, and then this is where all the electronics are. You can see there's a L for right there, an L for left ear. So you can tell which is which. And you put them on by putting them in your ear and then putting that ear hook over the back of your ear. And to put them back in the case, it's pretty simple. Just put it back in the case and they charge, close it up. You can see the LED indicators on the front. Very nice. So how do you go ahead and power these guys on? Well, there's two ways to do it. You got one way, which is just to open them up and take them out, and they automatically power on. Now, if they are outside of the case for a while and they do power off on themselves, all you have to do is hold down this touch screen or this touchpad right here for 2 seconds and they will power on. So either remove them from the case, or if they've been out of the case for a while, just hold that button for 2 seconds and they will power on. Now to go ahead and connect them to your device, they automatically are going to pair with each other. So you're going to see that both of these guys have got lights on the side. And when those lights are blinking, they are connected to each other. So right now they are paired automatically. And then you just need to go to your cell phone and find the S05A on there and connect, and you're ready to go. I'm going to show you how to do that once we get done with the up close. I'm going to pair it and we're going to do a little sound test. But as you can see, they're already paired up. Now, what are some of the functions? Well, let's go over some of the functions here real quick. Your right earbud, if you want to do volume up on your while you're listening to music or a phone call, you're going to touch and hold for 2 seconds, and that is going to bring your volume up. If you want to bring your volume down, you're going to go ahead and long press for 2 seconds your left earbud, and that is going to bring your volume down. So volume up, long press for 2 seconds your right earbud, volume down, your left earbud. Now, if you're listening to music and you want to pause or play your music, you can just tap each one, either one, and that will pause or play your music. So whichever one, if you're left-handed, you might do lefty. If you're right-handed, you're righty. Either way, if you tap that, that's going to pause or play your music. Now, if you want to go to a previous track, you're going to tap the left earbud 2 times to go to previous track. If you want to go to the next track, you're going to tap 2 times on the right earbud. So previous track, tap 2 times on the left. Next track, tap 2 times on the right. Now, if you get a phone call that comes in and you want to accept the call, all you have to do is tap on either one, the left or the right, and that will answer the call. If you want to decline the call, all you have to do is touch and hold either one of these for 2 seconds, and that will decline the call. So tap the call to answer or hold down for 2 seconds to decline. Now, if you want to switch between 2 calls, if you have somebody on hold, just tap either one of these twice and it will go to the other call. Tap it again twice to go back to the call. And if you want to call back the last person who called you and you don't want to pull your phone out, just tap on the touchpad on the right earbud 3 times and it will automatically call back the last person that you talked to. So those are just some of the functions that these earbuds have. As you can see, they can control your music, they can control your phone calls, and whether you want to decline a call or take a call or even switch between 2 calls. So a lot of functionality when it comes to these guys and controlling your music or your phone calls. Well, we've seen these guys up close, so what do you say? Let's go back up top and we'll do a quick sound test. I'll let you know how these things sound and I'll give you my pros and my cons. All right, so now that we've seen these babies up close, let's go ahead and give them a listen. We'll connect them to Bluetooth so you can see how that all works and how easy it is, and listen to a couple snippets of some songs and kind of give you my idea and my thoughts on how these guys sound. So it's pretty easy. Just to go ahead and open up the box. You can see the LED lights will light up. These guys are already pairing with each other. I mean, it's very simple for these guys to get paired and to power up and to be listening within minutes. So okay, we've already got these guys on. We've got one of them flashing red and the other one blue. So this is the indication that they are paired. So we'll go ahead and put them in. The way to put them in, there's this ear hook here. Okay, so it's very similar to an IEM and this adds stability, but it does make it kind of weird in the beginning. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take it and you're gonna put it in your ear and then flop the ear hook over your ear. Same thing on this side. Put it in your ear and put the ear hook over on the other side. So now you've got them in. Grab your cell phone or your Bluetooth playing device. We'll go to our Bluetooth settings. These have never been paired before, and already you're seeing the S05A there on the bottom. So you're going to be looking for S05A. There's actually two of them. I have an LE S05A and an S05A. I'm going to push the S05A one. It says pairing. And so what I just heard in my earbuds was pairing, successful, connected. So once you hear that, obviously you know that you're all ready to go. So let's go to YouTube real quick. We'll start off with seeing what kind of bass we've got with, I always like to listen to like Post Malone, because that gives me a good bass, sometimes some good treble too, and then a little bit of Sublime with Rome. So a little snippet of some Post Malone, we'll see how these guys sound. All right, so immediately I'm noticing it's really crisp and really clean, really clear. So they've got that going for them. There's not much bass. I'd say that there's lower mids, maybe upper bass, and that's pretty much about it. But it's got some good mids, it's got some good highs for sure. It's got some good volume to it. Just long pressing for 2 seconds to raise my volume. So overall, with Post Malone, there's lots of bass in these songs. It sounds good as far as the mids and the highs, but there just really isn't any bass. So I'm pretty much expecting the same thing when I go to Sublime with Rome. So let's go listen to a little Sublime with Rome. How about Wicked Heart? Again, really good mids and highs. Vanko's got it going for him with that. It's definitely not something, you know, if you're looking for bass or you're looking for rumble, punch, it's not there. Sorry, Vanko. A little bit bigger driver, maybe you get some more bass, but they've got the mids, they've got the highs down, so if this is something, you know, you want for exercising, working out, running, you know, you just need some good, crisp sounding sound in your ear, these guys are great. Also good for phone calls. So yeah, overall, when it comes to the sound, I'd say that they got the mids and the highs down, but the sound and the bass, and that's going to be on my cons list. But overall, if you're looking for something that sounds pretty darn good, these guys are great, the S05As from Vanko. So that brings me to the pros and the cons. So let's go ahead and go over the pros and the cons for the Vanko S05As. We'll start off with the pros, which is Bluetooth 5.0. That's number one, lag-free, distortion-free. That's why they sound so clear, I guess. Technology, it's the latest and greatest out right now, so Bluetooth 5.0 is pro number one. Pro number two is going to be the IPX7 water resistance. If you look up the definition, it says that it can be dropped into up to 1 meter of water, or 3 feet, for up to 30 minutes without having any problems. They don't claim that you can drop it in water for 30 minutes up to 1 meter, but they do claim it is IPX7 waterproof, which means that, I guess, if you look up the definition. So if that's true, that's definitely a pro, being able to sweat on these guys and go, you know, do water aerobics if you want to, and if you accidentally drop one, you're going to be okay, as long as you're in the shallow end. I also like the fact that you get 7 hours of playing time with one charge of these earbuds, and that you can put them back in the case and get up to a little bit more than 4 more charges, 30 hours of playing time with your charging case before you have to go back to a wall outlet. So 7 hours here, 30 hours here, you got 37 hours. You can take these babies on a long flight here to Australia, and I mean United States to Australia, and still not even have to plug in. So the charging time, the playing time is really sweet. And speaking of charging time, the USB Type-C that this guy has on the back of it is a huge pro. I have tons of USB Type-C cords laying around the house, but I don't have the old USB charging cables. You know the ones I'm talking about, the ones that are Type B or Mini or whatever they are. The USB Type-C is something I've got around the house, and I love the fact that I can use the USB Type-C to charge the case. So that is a big pro for me as well. I also like the fact that I can take one out and share it with a friend, and they're not going to disconnect. They'll play just fine, but I'd be careful if you're sharing with a friend and a phone call comes in. You might not want them to hear your phone call, but the fact that you can share one with a friend and they don't disconnect is definitely a huge pro. I like the fact that they have this ear hook on here. This is like a rubber flexible, feels really nice quality ear hook, but that also adds stability. If you got these babies in, you can go ahead and headbang if you want to. Shake your head and they're not going to fall out. So those ear hooks are definitely a pro, especially if you're going to be working out, active, running, or doing something like that. I also like the charging case that they give you. I dropped it off my lap. It's a pretty sweet little charging case. Not only do you have charge in here, it's nice and thin and sleek. It's got USB Type-C. You open it up and you have a place for your earbuds inside. When you close it up, you've got your LED indicators to show you how much charge you have on your case. And then you have the 2 LED indicators on the side to tell you how much charge you have in your earbuds. So the charging case is definitely a pro. And my final pro, the build quality overall. The build quality on these guys is pretty sweet. It does not feel like cheap plastic whatsoever. The case is a little light, but it's really nicely built inside, as you saw in the up close. These guys right here do not feel like a cheap piece of plastic. They're not really light. They actually seem really good quality. So I'm gonna give the build quality on these guys 2 thumbs up for sure. They did a really good job. Now the cons, I just got 2 cons. The fit. I wish that they sealed a little bit better, and that may be able to be helped by using a foam ear tip versus the silicone ear tips. But with these generic earbuds, sometimes they're just meant to kind of sit there and not necessarily seal your ear. And I may be just spoiled because I'm using IEMs a lot lately, and those guys seal right in there. So that may also help with the bass, but the fit, they're very comfortable when you're using them. Don't get me wrong, very comfortable. But they don't seal, and I can still hear the outside world. So that's con number 1. And then con number 2 is going to be the fact that there's really not much bass. These guys, if they had a little bit more bass, they would be, you know, almost the perfect wireless earbud, in my opinion. You're waterproof. They got the latest and greatest technology. They're comfortable. The build quality's good. So guys, Vankyo, put a little bit more bass in these guys, a little bit better sounding bass. Round off that sound a little bit, because you have really good mids and highs. You're just missing something. So when you're listening to it, it's like, where's that bass? But overall, the quality of the sound is really good. The calls work very well. Overall, I'd say go ahead and get yourself a pair of these guys if you're looking for something to be active in. This is your perfect wireless earbuds if you're looking to be active in there. And I'll go ahead and put a link in the description to the Amazon store for Vankyo. And I appreciate Vankyo for sending these guys to me. And I appreciate you watching my videos. If you liked what you saw today, I've got a lot of other reviews that I've done, but make sure you hit that subscribe button and that like button. If you have any questions about these guys or anything at all, please leave them in the comment section. And I promise I'll go ahead and answer your questions. I always do. But thanks again for watching my videos today. It's the Vankyo S05A wireless waterproof earbuds. Go and get you some. Thanks again. Stay safe and have a good day. Peace.